Hello, everyone. This is Cindy Ingram, and it is July 27th, 2023, and we are doing Art Around the World in 30 days, sharing a new work of contemporary art every weekday of July, and we are down to the last few days of the month, and I have so enjoyed exploring all of these new artists. Pretty much every single artist that we have looked at this month has been new to me, and having a great time seeing what is all out there and being delighted by art. Today is the last day of the giveaway, so you can head over to artclasscurator.com/AATW to enter the giveaway. Apparently there were some issues, I think some tech issues. If you choose use your email, that's the best way to do it. If you click the login button, I don't think that is working 100%. So if you click use your email, that should work. All right, so today we have art all the way from Indonesia. And I have a hard time not saying that in the voice of Indonesia, because I used to play Risk on the computer a very long time ago. It was like a CD-ROM game, like on one of my first computers. And the way they would say Indonesia was Indonesia. And I'd always want to get Indonesia because you wanted to capture that area because there's only 4. It's easy to capture like that part of the world in Risk. So anyway, I'm a nerd and I love games. So let's look at the artist. The artist's name is Suanjaya Kencut, and he is from Yogyakarta. He lives in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Yogyakarta maybe, and then is from Bali. And we want to do a screen share. That's what we're trying to do right now. Okay. Look how delightful these artworks are. I can hardly stand it. They're so delightful. So you can see I have 4 tabs open. His website is lots of images. So it's really awesome to explore his art. And it goes back to 2018, I believe. And every single year, it's all this same theme. Like he's really focused on this character. And on the homepage, which one do I want to abandon? It says live life like a doll or something like that. Now I'm questioning that. Life is like a doll? Yes, life is like a doll. And so he puts these dolls into all of these different positions, and some of them are clearly telling a story. Some of them are about an idea. Some of them look like they are mimicking postures from like religious icons and stuff. Like there's one that is looks like the Pietà, and there's one that looks like the Buddha. And so like there's all sorts of different ways he's put these figures into action, and these are paintings. So he does have a few sculptures on the website, but most of them that I can tell are acrylic paintings. And I was really surprised by that at first because they looked so realistic. I was like, oh, this has got to be dolls posed and stuff. And maybe he does have dolls posed in his house and then he paints them. I don't know, but they are paintings. I was looking for like a video of the artist or something like that. I didn't really find anything. I didn't find a lot of biographical information other than, his CV with his exhibits and things like that. But I think, we don't necessarily need any other information. And I don't normally seek that out. I think I have been for this series just because it gives me something to talk about. But I just really think the art does speak for itself. So I want to focus on a few. I just want to show you some of them. Like I love, he does these little 1,000-star series ones too that look like they're done maybe with spray paint. Yeah, acrylic and spray paint on canvas. The newest ones are in frames. So he definitely is experimenting with an idea and kind of takes it lots of different directions. The newest ones up on this page, the ones at the top of this page are in the Inner Frame series, but I love the series down here called the Connection series. So that's what I wanted to focus on. But I wanted to show you some of the other ones that he's done as well. Like he has some with pets, there are flowers, there's superheroes and different things, different like thought, this one says thinking, this one is called the dream. So you can see there's a lot of different ideas pursued with these artworks. And then if we go back in time, which is the page that I clicked away from, we can see there's even other explorations of repetition and things like that. And I really like to see how his skill level has adapted and changed, and his style has adapted and changed over the time. Like you can tell, like he has gotten really more advanced in his technique, and he's really figured out how to show the three-dimensionality of these characters even more now than he did then. These look to me more like paintings than the newer ones. So it's fun to kind of see that progression as well. I think it would be a really fun one to show students, that, you know, like the playfulness and experimentation of the artist and all the things he's trying. And I think it's amazing to me, because as I have been exploring making my own art, I realized recently I was doing an art journal page. That's mostly what I do, is the art journal. And I was doing a spread, and I started to do it like another one I had done, like the same technique. And I was like, oh, I've already done this before, I can't do it again. I was like, wait a minute. Like, every artist ever basically does the same thing over and over again. They keep exploring it, and they keep experimenting. They find stuff they like and they keep going with it. And then it leads to their style and stuff like that. And for some reason, part of me, like all these rules that I had made up in my head are like, oh no, I can't do something I've already done. I was like, no, of course I can do something I've already done, and expand on it. And it's a series, you know, as a whole, it's an exploration. It's like, you think about artists of the past that did the same thing over and over again. You look at Rothko, and then you look at Suanjaya Kencut, you look at, you know, artists past and present are exploring the same types of things, just in different ways. And doing them over and over again allows you to hone down media, allows you to experiment with your ideas. It allows you to, you know, the process to lead to new thoughts and ideas. So it's something that I personally have been kind of thinking about and working on and developing for my own self, as I myself am exploring what it means to be an artist this year. If you haven't been paying attention to my podcast, my word of the year is artist. And so as I'm looking at these artworks, like I was talking about yesterday, like the impact on my own art making has been different than it ever has. Like that has been a consideration that never really was there before. I mean, it was kind of there in terms of the way you would teach it, but it's there in a way that has never been there before. And so it's been kind of fun to explore. But I love this connection series. So if I were to teach this, or if I were to include this in one of my art circles, I love this idea of connection, because connection is the number one thing that we all need. It's what our society is lacking in so many different ways, that so many of us feel really disconnected, even though we are sort of more, like logically, we're more connected than we've ever been. So it's like, what does it mean to be connected? Where are you needing connection in your life? And what does connection look like for you? Is a fun thing, or not fun, like fun thing to explore, just the thing I said, is an insightful thing to consider and discuss for yourself and in your art classes. And so that's something that I would maybe have participants of the circle or my students journal on. Maybe I would invite them to pick one of these connection series artworks and write about the connections that they see present in there. They can define what connection is, what connection needs they have in their life, because everyone has different needs for connection. You know, depending on your sort of biology, your neurology, your personality, your trauma, your everything. Everybody has different, we all have a fundamental need for connection that's kind of built into our genetics. It's built into what our survival as a species. But how connection looks and how we want it to look is different for every person. And it's important for us to kind of understand and know about ourselves so that we can live the best lives that possible for ourselves, the most fulfilled and whole existences. So something to ponder, to consider. I think that you also have room as a teacher to be really playful with this. You know, you could tie it with a project where the students make their own dolls and then draw them, paint them, or you could have them write skits between the characters of these paintings. And there's a lot of opportunity here to talk about what it reminds them of. To me, it reminds me of like the video game Little Big Planet. I used to play that. You can see all my nerd stuff come in. I love games and video games. And then as a parent, Lalaloopsy was my kids were obsessed with Lalaloopsies when they were younger, and like the button eyes really remind me of that. But yeah, that's where I would go with this particular series of art. I will link to this artist website in the comments below, and this connection series is located on the 2022 page down at the bottom. So I hope you enjoyed this work of Suanjaya Kencut from Indonesia. All right, well, today again is the last day for the giveaway, artclasscreator.com/AATW, and I'll be back for 2 more videos for the month of July for art around the world. So stay tuned to see where we go next. Bye.